We're back in another video, and today's video we are going to be showcasing 5 more data packs for Minecraft 1.20. If you do enjoy this video, do leave a like and subscribe as it does really help out. All the data packs will be linked in the description. I'm currently playing in 1.20.1, but they should work in 1.20 as well. So let's jump to the first one. The first one actually adds a use to decorated pots. Now this is decorated pots with sherds or plain, so if we quickly just grab ourselves some sherds that we can actually decorate this pot with. So if we craft up a pot like here, as you can see, and place this down, if you throw an item on top, as you can see, the items vanish, but they're actually within the pot. Now there's no visible way to see the items inside of the pot until you actually break it, so it can kind of be used in the sense of to hide items, or you could use it in a minigame sense as someone has to pay a diamond to break a pot, and there could be anything from, let's just say, a sand block inside of it to maybe a diamond. Now once you actually put an item inside of it, so let's say we put 32 diamonds in here, we then can't put another 32 diamonds in. It only accepts item once until it's broken and replaced, but it can accept up to a stack of the item you put in. Obviously if the item is non-stackable, it will only accept the one, but you can put non-stackable items in. If I quickly just throw this netherite sword in, as you can see, the netherite sword is now in the pot. Breaking it will give us the pot. And I really love the particles it shows to basically show the pot granting the item. But as far as I'm aware, you can actually put any item within the game, even items that are not obtainable. Can you put shulker box inside of them? You can. Okay. Does the shulker box keep content? So let's quickly just throw all of this inside of the shulker box and see. Does this all stay within it when we place it down? So let's get rid of that shulker box. This shulker box, yeah, as you can see, has loot inside. Throw it inside of there. Then if we actually break it and get the shulker box back, it does still have all the items in. Now these can't be used as an easy actual shulker box because if you break it, it will pop out. So it can only be used as like a stationary storage, like a chest for example. They can't be used as portable. The next data pack changes a lot of vegetation blocks. So things like pitcher plants and a lot of the 2 tall flowers have been changed. But there are also other changes to this data pack as well. So what this data pack does is it adds it so you can actually plant 2 tall flowers inside of flower pots. What you have to do is you have to be holding the flower you want and you have to crouch on top of the flower pot. And as you can see, it will place in the 2 tall flower. If we quickly just try it with another one, so let's quickly just grab the actual, what other flower? I don't know if pink petals can be put inside of them, but here we go. Peony, and let's try the sunflower. So rosebush, as you can see, is now within the flower pot. And we can also do it with sunflowers, as you can see also. But it doesn't just work with 2 tall flowers. We can put chorus flowers inside of them. As you can see right there, the chorus flower is now inside the flower pot. And it does work with quite a lot of new flower types. Here are a few that I am aware of that it works with. Leaves, as you can see, you can now put leaves inside of them. This also works with the updated cherry leaves. It does also work with netherwort, as you can see. Sweet berries can now go inside of them, and also coral can go inside of them. So this is a pretty cool data pack just to mess around with and decorate your base a little bit more, as there are definitely way more options to build with, even from just putting some coral inside of your base in flower pots. It won't actually die even if there's no water when it's inside of these, which is good. And you have also got things like leaves which you can decorate with. And obviously these work like normal Minecraft where you can place them on top of decorated pots. So if I quickly just do something along the lines of that, as you can see, we now have what looks like a leaf coming out of the decorated pot. But one thing you can do, you don't even have to use your flower pot. You can literally just do it like that. And as you can see, we have now placed them on top of the decorated pot, which I think is once again really cool. And this works with everything that the flowers work with. As you can see, you can put pretty much anything on the decorated pot as well. The next data pack that we're going to cover adds a new trigger command, and that command is /trigger hat. And what this basically does is it lets you add items to your head slot without having to use commands or creative mode. So how this data pack works is if you have an item inside of your hand, let's grab one that has a unique Easter egg. Bones do. Bones, if you actually have them in your head slot, it puts it inside of your mouth. And what you need to do is do /trigger hat with the item within your hand. And as you can see, it places the item on your head. You can remove it from your head if you don't want it there anymore, and you can pull it back by doing the command again. Another good thing about this data pack, if you actually are wearing a helmet on your head and you do this command, it will put the helmet into your inventory. So if you are wearing a helmet and you actually forgot to remove the helmet, it will not delete the item. It will place it into your inventory and the item on your head will then be rendered. But this works with any item within the game. Some of them are not rendered like that good. So if we quickly just grab a bed and put a bed on our head, as you can see, it's rendered like on the top of our head. So it is, some of them are weird. It just takes how the item is rendered on the player and places it. This also does work with things like banners. So if you want to have a banner like the Bad Omen villager, you can then do that. This is one way to make decorated pots useful. If you can actually put them on your head, you can then walk around with a shirt on it. As you can see on the side, we have a heart and a skeleton skull. It would actually be really cool if you could do something like this, and maybe you could put items in it as another way to carry them. It would obviously require you to lose your helmet, which does make you a little bit more vulnerable, but I think that's a good downside in a way. The next data pack we are going to cover is a change to the cherry groves. Cherry groves will now spawn with a village inside of it. As you can see, it's kind of generated a bit weirdly, this one. As you can see, there are houses in the ground. I don't know if that's always going to be the case. I'm guessing, oh wow, this one is really deep down. But they actually are made up of quite good resources. If we quickly just look around them, you've got some decorative banners up here. You've also got some Nether exclusive blocks and also workstations. You have also got more banners and lanterns. If we then head inside of the buildings, as you can see, there are once again workstations. There are also chests scattered around the actual structure as well that you can loot. There's also beehives inside of this structure right here. There's also bamboo, so that's a way to get bamboo without having to go to a jungle. There's also more chests with honey. There's also decorated pots and also flower pots scattered around as well. It adds the cherry villages, but they are actually pretty useful in quite a few different ways. And they just make the actual cherry biome feel a bit more like there's life to it, because there's not really much to do once you've got your cherry grove. So the next data pack changes some mobs. It's called passive aggressive, and what it does, it makes mobs not hostile towards some others. So wolves will no longer hunt sheeps. They will also no longer hunt foxes. So if you have foxes around your wolves, they will no longer hunt them down and kill them. It's the same with sheep, and also they won't attack turtles. Polar bears will no longer attack foxes, so if you have a polar bear near a fox, it will no longer attack that fox, which is another good thing. Axolotls inside of your Minecraft world will no longer attack glow squids. Also any fish types, this is cod, salmons and tropical fish. So you can have these in a fish tank now without them killing each other. Although this data pack doesn't actually really change anything, it just makes it so if you hate seeing mobs kill other mobs, they won't actually do that anymore. Another one that is updated, foxes will no longer hunt chickens or rabbits. So you can have these around each other and they won't hunt down or kill each other anymore. But anyway, that is where I'm going to end this video. The 5 data packs will be linked in the description. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.